Hello guys, how are you? ¿Cómo están? El día de hoy vamos a hablar sobre la escritura. We're gonna write today, okay? And I'm gonna tell you what are the rules and the tips that you can use to be able to do this assignment, okay? The first thing would be the rule is you're gonna put your timer and you're gonna start counting your time. You're gonna do 10 minutes. So stop, don't stop and work for 10 minutes, the full 10 minutes, okay? You're gonna start writing and you write whatever you wanna write. It's free writing. You decide what to write. And I'm going to give you some tips so you can continue writing because I know your vocabulary is not extensively or really big like you have it in English, but you do have some vocabulary in Spanish that you can use and it can help you to continue writing even for those 10 minutes. And these are my tips for you, okay? First, you can talk about las descripciones. Descriptions of people. How you describe people. Do you remember that? The personal pronouns, pronombres personales. You can also talk about la fecha. You already know la fecha. Los colores. And you can write, this would be the number one. You can always add, you can add to your story a new person. Okay, you can add a new person to your story, or you can simply add a new story. Okay, now this writing paper that you are going to write, it doesn't have to flow. I'm only counting the numbers of words that you're able to write. Okay, I'm not counting if the whole story flows. Just want to know how many words you know, and I'm going to count them, and that's going to be your grade. But just make sure you write in a complete sentence. Every time you write, make sure it's in a complete sentence. It really doesn't matter if the story flows, okay? Now, another rule is only in Spanish. Only write in Spanish, okay? And I'm gonna give you some tips. This is one of the most important thing, okay, about this whole work. The most important thing is that first you listen before you write. So listen to your brain before you make a move with your pen. Because, for example, you want to say, El perro wants to get into a rocket and go to the moon. I mean, that is easy for you to say it in English, but in Spanish, your ability are low right now. You're writing, you have this vocabulary like if you were 1 or 2 years old, right? So before you start writing something, see it on your mind. Okay, I want to say, el perro es, the dog is, uh, um, you can say blanco. So you're describing the dog, okay? So first, see it on your brain and then write it down. That's one of the things. So I'm gonna put over here, here, then write. Here, then write. That's the most important thing. Now, if you don't know a few things or vocabulary, for example, you don't know how to say shoes, you can start writing in brand names. Like if you don't know how to say carro, carro is car, but if you don't know how to say, you could say Mercedes or uh, Ford or another a brand of car. Yes, so you can use the brands instead of the actual word, the vocabulary, and that will help you to continue with your story. Okay, and last one, number 3. This is number 1, number 2, and let me tell you number 3. This is number 3. Okay, number 3 is, since I'm counting the number of words, I'm counting the numbers of words. So right now you're here, right? Your cognitive abilities are right here. And while we progress in class, you are gonna do this, right? Like up and down, up and down, up and down. And when we get into the last unit, you are gonna be here. So basically, this today, the writing that you're gonna do today is gonna be the lowest level that you can get, right? Because you're gonna keep improving, 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 and that's how I'm gonna grade you once we get to the top level. Okay? So I recommend you to start strong. Start strong. And I'm gonna tell you first. So when we write a story in Spanish, we say había una vez. Pero if you say había una vez, usually we speak on the past tense. And I don't want you to write in a past tense because you don't know past tense. The ones that you know are present. So we start with I, and I can give you a few examples. I, how do you say a girl? You're right. Una chica. Or how do you say a boy? Un chico. Or how do you say dog? Un perro. Or cat. Un gato. Or how do you say a teacher? Hay una profesora. So you see, this is how you would start your story. Okay? And I think that's it. You can start like this. Make sure, guys, you really get all those words out of your head. I don't want you go and Googling words because if I know those words are just perfect, right? But are words that I never taught you, that word is not gonna be counted. So make sure you're honest and you just write whatever you see and you know in your head. Now, if you wanna type it, you can also do that. Okay? If you wanna write it down and then take a picture of it and send it to me, you can also do that. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, hasta luego.